In my past video, I showed you guys on how to make money online using Google and AI. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys on how to create a realistic video using Cinema Studio 2.0 in Higgsfield. So without taking much of your time, let's begin. The first thing you're going to do is to go over to your browser and search in Higgsfield.ai, and it will take you to this exact interface where you're going to select Cinema Studio 2.0. So in Cinema Studio 2.0, there are two features or key features you're going to be seeing. There is image and there is video. In image is where you're going to create a reference image you can actually use to create a particular shot, the distance and the kind of angle lens you want to use in that shot. While in the video is where you're going to make it lively and actionable. So right here in the screen right now, we are going to begin with the exact image. So right here, we are going to first of all settings on settings, or we can simply write in prompts to be able to create immediately. But settings on settings will help you create a particular perfect shot for yourself. So if you check out right here, you guys will see this is what I actually create so far: a man sitting on a BMW. You know, guys, I like BMW cars, so I usually use it for reference and all that. So you can actually see there are different angle lengths right here. There's one in the car shooting him. There's one that is outside the car. There's one that is in the back seat. Like different angle shots that's being demonstrated right here. Let me show you how to do that first. So first thing you're going to do is to simply write in or describe what you want to do. So this is what I said. I want to create a scene create a scene where a man on a space trying to enter spaceship. So this is what I just demonstrated or just write. You can actually write what you have in your mind, but to create it reality or realistic is what the AI will do. So forget about the way you write it or your sentences, and then what you are going to do next is to select a badge size. If you want the exact shot to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want it to be 4 badges, like let's say this exact one is first badge, this exact one is second badge, third, fourth. So this is it. And the more badges you select, the more coin you are going to spend. So also this exact place is the ratio. Which ratio do you want it to be? Where you are posting the exact video matters. So for this exact ratio, there is 16:9 cinematic. There is 21:9. I usually use 16:9. If you want to post it on TikTok or Instagram, you can actually select 9:16. Okay, it will be on a short form. So I will going to be using 16:9 for instance, and right here is for resolution. What resolution do you want the exact shot to be at? So there is 1K resolution, 2K resolution, and 4K resolution. Everybody like 4K resolution to give you a particular high quality image. But always remember that the higher the resolution, the higher coin you are going to spend. So this other part is 1 times 1. This is a grade generation. 1 times 1, 3x3, 2x2, depending on the grade you want it to be. You can actually select 4x4, or you can actually select 3x3. Let's put it in 3x3. And this other part is where you're going to provide a particular reference image. Let's say you have a particular image of yourself, or you want yourself to be in the exact shot. Okay, let me use myself for example. I'm going to go over here and click element, and then in this element I'm going to go to my storage to get my face to be in the space. Okay, let me do that. So guys, I'm now uploading my image as reference. But if you don't want to use any particular reference, you just want to create it like that, you can simply just forget about the reference. But using reference is maybe you have a particular image and you want that character to be consistent, then you can actually make use of a reference. So this reference, you are going to name it as element image required. Reference name should be George, the main character. Okay, let me just write it Josh. So you can actually write it, say Josh should be the main character. But what you are going to know is that to be able to create this exact reference, you actually need up to 3 images for the exact image to be consistent. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to skip this part to upload those images right here, and then we can begin. So guys, you can actually see right here I've gotten 2 images. Let me not take much time. Then what I'm going to do now is to click on create. So when you click on this create, it will actually have a particular reference image. Then you can actually select that and say use element. So we are going to actually use this exact element to be able to get the exact shot we want it to be. So this is a reference, or you can simply remove it if you don't want to use reference. And right here is the exact Studio Digital X35. Studio Digital is the kind of camera you're going to use, the camera lens and the shot, how you want your shot to be like, and definitely does it. So what I'm going to do is to select that, and right here is to select and save up your setup. So there are different camera lengths you can actually see. There are grand formats, there are full frame, there are cinematic, like crazy camera lens you can actually see. There is modular 8K digital. As I hear 8K, I would like to use that particular 8K. I don't know how it is, but extreme micro, no, I need something light, compact, and moment fair. Hi, so creative time length. So we can actually select the focal length to be 35 and the exact aperture to be 4f4, or should we select f1.4? No, let's select f4, depending on the camera dimension and the camera portrait you want. And then when you have selected that, click on save setup. It's now saved, and then what I'm going to do next is to create or generate the image. So right now the image will start generating, and when it's generated, we are going to see how it looks like. Then we can move to how to use it. Then we can move to how to make it live-free with a cool shot. So guys, you can actually see this is the exact thing I told you to do using the 3x3 grid. You can actually see this is 3x3 and total of 9 pictures. So this is the first frame. So you can actually see the first frame. This is the first frame. The person actually look like me because it's kind of zoom. So you can actually select the exact one you want to use. Either this, you can actually upscale this, or the one that gives you the exact demonstration you want, you can actually use it. That's the reason why this exact shot I use is perfect. But if you want a single shot, you can actually make use of normal grade, and that will give you a single shot. So this is basically me in the spurts. So I'm trying to find the one that makes more sense. For me to be able to use the one image from there, I can simply click on upscale. So to upscale, you are going to need 4 credit to upscale, and when that upscale starts, it will start creating or generating a new image to upscale. So which you are going to see right here is now being generated. So guys, you can actually see the image we actually upscale right here. This is the exact image, and that I've actually created that. So now what you can actually do now is to start thinking of creating this or making it lively. So to actually make it lively is to actually get the image on your desktop, your phone, or your laptop, and then we can move to the video part. So right here in the video part, where you can actually see different complex settings and features you can actually see in video parts. Let's begin with the first. So the first one is director panel. This director panel is where you're going to upload a particular image or character you want to implement inside that video you are trying to create. Let's say I want to implement a lot of speech people around me to join me inside that place. I can simply implement those characters in here. But right here also is where you're going to put in your start frame and end frame. You can actually see this is a different scenario where I created a person driving BMW, then he crashed and all that. So that's definitely this right here. So for you to be able to get those shots, there are different shots, different settings you can implement. There is multi-shot auto, there is single shot, there is multi-shot auto, and there is multi-shot manual. A multi-shot manual is where you can actually implement different scenario you want it to operate in the image or in the video. So there is first scene, second scene, third, fourth, fifth. You can actually put as much as scene you want to implement and different flow you want them to be. But for this exact video, we are going to be making use of automatic multi-shot. So I have to set it that, and right here is aspect ratio, where you can select the exact aspect ratio you want it to be, if it's short or long, which I have talked about in the beginning of the video. Right now, this is a quality where you are going to select either 720p or 1080p. So 1080p has more quality than 720p. Okay, so we are going to be making use of that. And right here is for action. What do you want the exact image to be like? And so many of them. So what do you want? Horror, action, comedy, suspense, like different kinds of, or generally. So you can select horror, where he will try to open the stuff and then see something coming out from there. And this other part is where you can select whether you want the shot to have audio or you want it to be silent. So this is the other part. This other place is batch size, where you can create different images for, or different videos in 4 places, 3 places, and so on and so forth. Start frame and end frame, where you can implement the exact scenario and scene and reference you want to use in your video. Okay, you can simply also create any video by just describing what you want to create, and this exact stuff we create that. This is what I use for creating this exact one. I didn't provide anything, I just asked him to do the thing, and he did that and created a different videos for me using the prompt I just implemented. But this other part is speed wrap. So the speed wrap is depending on how you want the video to look like. I usually use auto so that it will flow within the way the computer wants it to flow, or you can use custom, where you can set the way you want it to. And duration is how many minutes do you want, how many seconds do you want the video to be. You can make it 3 seconds to 12 seconds depending on your credit, because the higher you extend your stuff or your creativity, the higher the coin you spend in that video. So right now, what I'm going to do is implement or import the exact image of myself. This is it right here. I've actually imported it right now. So what I'm going to do now is to explain to this exact AI what I want. So with the low end sentence I just give, not too much grammar, I told it to do, so make him open the spaceship and try to enter, and then the vampire which is trying to eat him come along with the door or wherever. So this we know or picture what we are trying to do, and then give us a shot for that. So I'm going to actually make use of 4 shorties, and then we can simply click on okay. There is different movements you want to simply leave it in auto, but let's click on generate, so for us to see what this AI can do for us. That the video have been generated, the 4 videos, 1, 2, 3, 4 have been generated. Let's just click on one to see how it is. Let me click on this. Damn. So you can actually see how detailed the exact video was created, and how you can actually do several of your action movies or interesting movies for yourself. So this is basically on how you can actually use Cinematic Studio 2.0 to create any particular cinematic videos and eye-stunning videos. And definitely that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed this video so far, don't hesitate to like, comment, share, and subscribe.